So what is a lambda function, or what is lambda for short? How do we use it and where do we use it? In simple words, whenever you need to create a function, you can create a lambda. A lambda is like an inline function. You can use that in place of a function. So in which cases do we use lambda? Let us say I have a list of numbers like what we have done many times. So we have some numbers like this. I want to take all even numbers from this. Of course, we know we can use filter for that. But filter expects a function. It is saying give me a function so that I can call that function and then select the elements. Now here I create a function is even, takes the number and returns true or false and divisible by 2, 0. When number is divisible by 2, it's even number. Now the filter is used like this. I say filter, the function is even, and then the iterable is numbers. Let's call it as numbers. This is our filter. And you know it gives you values. So for n in filter, and we are going to print n. So if I run it now, it is going to give me all even numbers. That's fine. But then I don't want to create a function for something as simple as this. I prefer to create a lambda expression. I want a lambda here, not a function. Well, so find out first of all what is the kind of function we are creating. A function that takes a value and returns boolean. That's the context. Now let's come here and create a lambda. And here we use the keyword lambda. One more keyword in Python. The parameter for the function is given here. The name of the parameter is not important. Anything can be given. Followed by a colon. And now the expression. Simple. n%2 is equal to 0. But make sure whatever expression you are giving, this is resulting in true or false, because that's exactly what the function is supposed to do. The function is supposed to take a value and return true or false. That's exactly what my expression in lambda is doing. And I have to take one parameter, and this is that parameter, and colon, and then the expression. So I don't need a function. This can be removed. I don't need a function. This does the same job as your function. Look at that. And it's also easy. So later, if I'm interested in only odd numbers, then all that I need to do is just make a small change, and I'm getting all odd numbers from the same collection. This is where I get all odd numbers. Or you can give any simple expression. It is only a small expression, not a full-blown block of statements. But many times this is good enough. For example, I'm interested in numbers that are divisible by 5 and 2. Then I can just put it 2. Then we say n%5 is equal to 0. So we can modify this inline. There itself you modify. You don't have to go anywhere else and find out things. And this is going to get you those two, 10 and 20. Those two are divisible by 2 and 5. Okay, this is about lambda. Simple. Put the keyword, put the parameter, and use the parameter, and make sure the whole expression returns what is expected. Now, How about using the same in the context of a sorted function? Let us see. Let's create one more program. So we say lambda sorted demo. So this time, let's take names. So we are taking some names like this. And this is about the data. Now what I need to do is I need to sort them using some other order. But normal sorting is like this. So you say for n in sorted of names and print n. It's going to print the names in sorted order. So this is going to be the order. And it's going by the letters. But if you want to sort it by something else, then we have seen this sorted built-in function is having iterable key. The second parameter is key. What key is expecting? The key is expecting a function. But I don't want to give a function. I want to give a lambda there. Because instead of creating a function, it's much simpler, faster to create a lambda. So I say lambda, and I need to give a parameter, some b, and I have to return not boolean, a value. That is the value sorted function is using to sort elements. So whatever I return, it is supposed to be the value sorted is going to use for sorting purpose. So I'm going to use first two characters of the string because I know this is going to be a string because the names are strings. And I want to take only the first two letters. And now I have to sort it based on first two letters. If I increase this and if I say something like JavaScript, and then if I increase this to first 3 or 4, whatever, it will take only those two or those characters. Now it is going to pick up only PY, then RU, and then TY. So it's going to run it in this way. It's not going to see much of a change because our strings are like that. But the point is, it is going to take the value you are giving here. How about taking the last two characters and sorting the strings? You can, right? How do you take the last two characters? If you have to take the last two characters, then you would say -2. I want to take last two characters. This is slicing. And now go run it. Now you're going to see a different order. It's taking the last two characters. So it is sorting first. C is coming because it is the whole string. And remember, uppercase letters are always coming first because their ASCII codes are smaller than lowercase letters. And then these two are same, PT and PT. So they come together. There you are, they come together. And then this is coming because BY, and then O, then P, and then V. Okay, so anything you want to provide to sorted function, you can do it through this lambda expression. So it's a key function. That means you need a function, but I don't want to create a function. Instead, I want to create a lambda. And lambda is as good as a function. But the only restriction is you have only one expression, not a block of statements. But if you want to consider more statements, then you need to create a normal function and you can call that function. But lambda itself is considered to be very common. And we use this a lot. It's not only for these two. There are many cases where you need to pass a function. Of course, one more example is your map function. Map function is also returning a value. So whatever values you want to extract, you can do that. So in fact, I can do the same with the map function. Say, for example, I want to extract the last three characters and then put them in the form of uppercase. So I can use map, but for map, the syntax is different. Okay, the function is first and then the iterable names. And this time, if I say I want to take last two characters, you're going to see that. Now there you can see the last two characters. So these are the characters it is using in order to perform the sorting in the previous case. So you are mapping, you are converting each name to something else. What is that? Last two characters. And if you want them to be converted to uppercase, you can as well call upper function. Because this is a string and you get that converted to uppercase like this. So you can do various things and you keep doing it a lot all through Python as well as all through your data science or wherever you are using Python. Using Lambda is very common. So it's not difficult. I don't say so. I don't think so. It's pretty simple. You just need to understand what is the context. What is expected. Map is expecting a function that takes a value and that returns another value. That's exactly what my Lambda is doing. In the same manner, key. Key is also taking a value. That means it needs a function that takes a value and returns another value. Whatever you want, you return. Because creating a function for such a trivial thing is sometimes a little lengthy. So we prefer to use Lambda in such cases. So that is Lambda expression in Python, and it's not difficult but very, very important.